This Cheetor is freaking amazing. Let's take a look. Welcome back to my channel. In today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, Kingdom, Deluxe Class, Cheetor. And if you're new around here, please remember to subscribe to my channel, hit that like, and leave a comment. And most importantly, remember to hit that notification bell so you know when I put up new content. So, with that being said, let's get started. And here we have Cheetor out of the box and in his robot mode. And he looks absolutely amazing. The face sculpt itself is stunning. They pulled it right out of the 96 show from season 1. Looks really, really good. It even has the maximal symbol right there on his head. Looks pretty good. Overall, I think the blue, though, is a little bit lighter than the show, but then we just heard that there's going to be a possible another version of him, and he's going to be a little bit darker in the blue, and also his beast mode for the cheetah eyes are going to be, I believe, green. So, but overall, like, they really nailed this figure. They got the cheetah spots all over him, like he's supposed to. The transformation is actually a lot of fun, and we will go through that, and I'm actually going to be doing robot to cheetah form instead of, vehicle mode to robot mode. I'm going to be going to be doing the opposite here. But overall, that's it for him. And then we're going to take a look at this box real fast, and I'm not the biggest fan of the boxes in a sense of reviewing them, but for the Kingdom line, they are just knocking it out of the park. We got the cheetah form right here, we got Cheetor right here in robot mode, and he is a deluxe class. Then we have the Ark landing on top of the volcano there, and then we know that he is a maximal. On the back of the box, we got Cheetor here, 20 steps from robot to beast mode. And then on this side we have the art for Kingdom, and it seems to be revolving around the golden disc, which that was a big thing in Beast Wars. And finally, I got another one of those cards, and let me tell you, it's bugging my eyes with that. So I'm just gonna pull back Optimus Prime, and he's dead. This is the second Kingdom figure I have opened, and I gotten the same card. So I guess obviously there's going to be some randomness to it. So we're going to be taking a look at one more thing. We're going to be taking a look at his tail, and I'm going to go over the figure one more time in robot mode. But overall, this tail, it's like that weapon he had when he was a Transmetal and back in the Transmetal toys. I was hoping for a blaster, but I understand with their limited budget for a $20 figure of what they were able to engineer here for us, and it's just straight up awesome. And but overall, the colors on it are pretty cool. The other thing I want to point out, it looks like they do have some gaps. I'm a little different on at least on this figure. I don't see a reason, at least for the tail part. I think the weapon is really, really cool, and it has that nice molded detail there. But for the figure, like you can just see, I'm just going to lift up, like there's a lot of gappage here. If somebody does do a gap filler, like upgrade kit, I might get it, I might not, because once I transform this in the beast mode, I'll let you decide for yourself what you think. Here's another thing real fast. We're going to go over his flexibility. So he does have a bicep swivel, he does have elbow at 90 degrees, he does have full wrist articulation for 360 degrees there. He does have his head on a ball joint, he does rock it back and forth, but that's because of right back here where they did that. But that's more for the transformation, but it's cool that he can look up, and stuff like that. That's pretty cool, and still turn left and right. But you just got to watch that this part that sticks out a little bit further on his head, the way his head is sculpted, which is very accurate, it will rub against this right here that I have my nail on, and on the other side where my index finger is. So you got to be careful with that. You don't want to scratch that up. Another thing, the knees, get 90 degrees on the bending. He does have ankle articulation. He does have really good ankle tilt. Another thing is he does have the thigh swivel, and he does have a waist rotation as well. So overall, he's pretty flexible for this $20 range figure. I'm trying to think if there's anything else you can do with him other than the back. He does have a little bit of back kibble because of the beast mode. So his legs, I know in the show, the way he would transform a little bit more, this would fold up and go up along this. Same goes for this. So this would tilt like this, and then these two pieces would bend in more, so that would hide a lot more of that. But unfortunately for this, you can't do that. So, but if you leave them like this, I think it's really kind of hides it a little bit more. The instructions just show you just kind of just leave them like that, and you got the, you know, that hanging out. I would do this, but that's just my opinion. That's the way I'm going to present him on my shelf. But also at the same time, do I want to present him in beast mode? That's the question. Let's find out. All right, so we're going to do that transformation. And one more thing I forgot to add, he can move his shoulders out of here a little bit. He does have that movement. I just forgot to mention that. So first thing you want to do, you want to tilt his head back and then turn his head and then leave it just like that. Then you're going to grab his head, the cheetah mode, and you're going to, free these up first, just so they're out of the way. Just get that out of the way. Now you want to grab his head and just pull, just like that. There's a peg right here that goes into his mouth right there is that hole. And here's another real cool thing they did. They gave him a jaw articulation so he can open and close his beast mode mouth, which is really good. So then you're going to take his head, and it's on a hinge here and a pin, and then you're just going to bring it up, and you're going to bring it up and make sure you just go up a little over so you don't scratch his head, his robot head, and just collapse it just like that. So there's that. And that face sculpt for beast mode is really good. So, all right, let's keep going. So you want to figure out, you want to turn his arms, and there's a little tab right here, and it's going to go right there like that, and it's going to line up like that. I think that's pretty good. Now this is where I get a little goofy with. I think that's right, just like that. I'll have to refix that again. I just know that this part that we're laying out for this is going to be his underbelly, is correct. His arms, I always get this. I keep thinking it's like this, but I think you do it the other way. But we'll just line it up like that for now. And then all you're going to do is take these two pieces, move his legs out of the way, and you're going to collapse this part. And then there's tabs. Tab right here goes into this slot right here. And there's a tab up here that goes into that slot right there, you can see. So these are the two that hold this part together, and they hold together really well. Another thing is you're going to take this piece, bring it down. There's a tab right here for that hole. So just bring it down, click, click. Now this is where I did this wrong. You want to do this. You want to turn it like that. It covers up more of the robot, and it has his hands more covered up. So when you're looking at his side, you can't see his hands. So then you're going to fix his front legs. Okay. Then you're going to come to the back, and you're going to pull from here, and you're going to bring this in. Okay, and you're just going to push this in just like that. Unfortunately, his toe is going to stick out a bit. There's nothing you can do about that. His foot has ankle articulation for robot mode, but this is not on a ball joint to turn the foot 360 degrees. So unfortunately, that is going to stick out. There's nothing you can do about that. I've looked at it multiple times off camera, trying to see if there's something we could do for that, but there isn't. So the next thing is you just readjust his legs, just like that, to kind of get it looking more like a cat or cheetah, same thing. Plug in his tail, just like that. There's two holes for that, and it stays in there really well. There's the two holes right there, and there's the main peg for it. Alright, so let's take a look at Cheetor in beast mode. And as you can see, as I was showing, it covers up so much, and even underneath, I mean, it's just insane of what they're able to do with the price point and give us all this articulation and not much kibble at all. Like the robot mode, just looking at this, besides these two heels back here, everything's all covered up, unless you look completely underneath and you can just see his hands covered up. But that is so minor. You can't bash this figure for anything. It looks really good. The face sculpt, we're gonna get up real close there. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. This is definitely one of my favorite figures so far for 2021, and we're not even done January yet. So next up, we're going to take a look at the articulation in cheetah mode, and you can see that all his paws, feet, all have the same kind of articulation. None of them are loose, and they have pretty good range of what you can do with them. Then his back legs, just being careful how you move them and everything. Like you could put him in a pose that he's running and stuff, or bring him in like we had him, and like really do that. And in the front, you can straighten out like this and get him to, like, on his front legs. He can kind of stand up a little bit higher, so he's just chilling before he's ready to run and everything like that. I gotta say, like the spots and everything, the detail they did, also the paint looks really good. And also, I forgot to mention this on the back of the legs, unfortunately, due to the transformation, because this part would be shown in robot mode to cover up this part. So that's the only other thing I noticed with the robot mode kind of being shown. My final thoughts on Transformers, War for Cybertron Trilogy, Kingdom, Maximal, Cheetor. Honestly, I am just blown away of what this figure is able to do at the $20 price point. It is phenomenal. If you're looking for a new Cheetor figure and you missed out on the Beast War figures back in '96, this would be something I would definitely pick up. This is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, I don't have anything else ready from Kingdom in the Beast Wars line to do a comparison with Cheetor, but in the future videos I will have Cheetor present in comparisons in Beast mode and in Robot mode. But this figure is, I don't have anything bad to say. I mean, like I said, this shows in the back, but we know that's part of the transformation. Underneath, if you flip him around to see his hands, that's it. And then when you got him in the front here, you can kind of see the blue in his shoulders there on the inside. And he got a little bit of blue up here, but that's so minor. And even can open his jaw. He can open his mouth, which is insane. I didn't think they were going to be able to do it. I wasn't expecting this figure to be this good. I was expecting it to be mediocre at best. But I got to give it a 10 out of 10. If you see this on the shelf, I would definitely pick it up. I'm actually thinking about, in a sense, I want another one so I can have one in cheetah mode and the other one in robot mode. But since there's that possible another version of him potentially coming out eventually, and he'll have like the darker blue and everything, so I would keep this one in beast mode versus the other one would be in robot mode. But we'll have to wait and see. So with that being said, I'd just like to say thank you to all my subscribers on YouTube, and that's going to be it for this review.